Hi, I'm Bob Gallagher, the mayor of the city of Bettendorf, Iowa. Today is Friday, March 23rd, 2025. Welcome to the Isle of Capri Marina, where we keep our fire vessel here that we're on today. We're joined by Captain Shane Peitscher.
Yep, thanks for coming out.
Thank you very much. We appreciate your time. We're wrapping up Boater Safety Week, moving into the Memorial Day weekend, a great time to start boating here on the mighty Mississippi and the other waterways in our area. And today we're going to talk a little bit about the things you should know and keep in mind for boater safety. Captain, tell us some of the things that we ought to be looking for, especially here on the river with the current, but also in other lakes and streams.
Certainly. So hopefully we end up with better weather come Memorial Day. I'll say that first. A little overcast today, but we know Iowa can change in a heartbeat. So
certainly by the middle of next week, we're going to have boating weather.
Correct. So boat safety is very important. First things first, you got to have enough PFDs for everybody on board.
The personal flotation device or the life jacket.
Life jacket, right. Everybody goes out never imagining something going wrong, but if something does go wrong, you want to make sure that you have a jacket that fits you appropriately for everybody on board.
Very true.
All right, another good thing to talk about is it's the Memorial Day weekend. Maybe we're having a beer or two or having a great time. So remember, the same rules apply to whoever's driving the boat to who's driving a car.
Absolutely.
So
you can get an OWI on the water.
Yep. So just be really careful. You're out in the elements. Sometimes you don't realize that you're getting ahead of yourself. So just be very careful with that. Yep. And then those riding in the boat, remember, a little money towards gas can counterbalance.
It's always helpful for boat owners.
Getting into our specific pool here, it's a nice pool. It's typically quiet. We don't have a lot of great beach access, so typically it's really nice and peaceful here.
A lot of people just going up and down, maybe stopping for a meal someplace.
Right, exactly. But there are some things that you need to be aware about this. We have a lot of dams in our area. One, we have a wall that runs basically between us and the Illinois side almost completely. So you have to be careful and aware of
parallel with the shore.
Yep, correct.
Yeah.
We also have wing dams that kind of help create that narrow, deep channel for the barges to come through. So being mindful of this pool is very important and doing your research beforehand.
You can pick up some charts over at the Rock Island Arsenal. They take care of the waterways. So if you want to check the charts there, or you can get them online. So you can figure out all that stuff real easily from your computer or your handheld device.
Right. And if you are a new boater, good for you. I wouldn't start in this pool. I would start at Lost Grove Lake or a lake or pond until you figured out your boat. In 2022, we had an explosion of new boat owners.
Okay.
Which good for them. Happy to have them.
Coming out of COVID.
Yep. However, this is not the place to kind of figure out those trial and error type things.
Go with a friend. Lots of friendly boaters. They'd love to take you out and show you exactly where to go and where not to go, more importantly.
Correct. Another great thing to talk about is an anchor. You're going to want to have an anchor and enough rope to 5 times the depth of the water you're in. So we're talking 40 feet, maybe in the center of this channel, depending on where you're at. Yeah, potentially deeper.
Okay.
So you're going to need 5 times that. So 200 foot of rope on your anchor if you need to throw it. And then, of course, we always want to go off the front of our boat.
Okay.
If we anchor off the back of our boat, potentially we're going to sink. So.
Yep. And cause all kinds of trouble with the engines if you just get them started. So get it out in front and let that slack out. Make sure you're using that rope. You're not right above the anchor, because then the anchor will come free.
Right.
Anything else these folks ought to know as we start our summer boating season?
Just talk about our vessel here. So this is our lake assault boat. We've had this since 2011 or 12, I believe. Two 225s on the back of it. It has
kept in the water, so you're in the water, ready to roll.
Yep, this is here, ready to go anytime. Typically boat season, we'll pull it out over the winter months, but we have other boats that we can respond with. We have 2 inflatables with outboards. We have a variety of boats for the rescue.
Very well trained team here at the city of Bettendorf. Fire rescue team, very well trained. They're in the water, ready to go. So if you have a problem, call 911 and get them dispatched. You don't want to be above the roller dams before you call. Call right away. They'll get in the water and help you out.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
We appreciate you being here today. Yeah. More importantly, thank you for all you do for the city, and having trained folks out here on the water makes a big difference to the boating community. So if you're a boater, they're here for you. Have a great weekend.